everyone, this is Loco S, and welcome to my livery showcase video for the Su-33 Flanker D for DCS World. Quick note about these skins. Well, these are all inspired by the Ace Combat universe. I will actually have a separate video going over basically the main character skins that people have created for the Su-33 Flanker. Throughout Ace Combat's history, they've always usually had a flanker or a flanker variant, especially some of the more later versions with the canards, be your main antagonist aircraft. So we're going to go ahead and make those a separate video, just because there are so many antagonists, and there's even a hero character or two. I think it's a Spare 2 Count. He actually flies an Su-33 Flanker, so we're going to give all of those skins from all the main characters from a lot of the Ace Combat games their own video to just showcase them in their own light. Today, we're going over user-made skins and user-created skins, and there's actually quite a nice variety of skins and takes on the Su-33. I'm really happy with what the community's come out for this aircraft, and it really makes me fly the Su-33 more. I'm kind of stuck in NATO land, so I need to get spread my wings, and we're going to start off here with the Su-33 Flanker D for the Balkan Air Force. This one is the 47th Tactical Fighter Squadron, and this was made by Mr. Sir 46. This aircraft is this skin only has like a skin for one aircraft, but I absolutely love what he did. Now, I should mention that if you place an Su-33 as a static like I do for my aircraft skins, some of the times, they do fold the wings up as well as the tail. I didn't realize also that the Su-33 is unique because also the tail part of the tail folds up. So we have that, but you can still see here the top of the wings. The top of the wings have a really cool white stripe going down the middle with the Balkan Air Force Roundel, as well as the Air Force Belkan flag there on the tail. And all of this has a really cool, again with the Aegean Ghost paint scheme of your light blue grays and various shades of from like darker to lighter. So, and that's all in the digital camo. So this is a really interesting take on a Su-33 skin. And I think this is definitely something that I'm going to be flying out during winter months for DCS, as well as also in the mountains of the Caucasus and even in the South Atlantic map. So moving on, I should mention also that these next couple of skins are also by Mr. Sir 46. You have the Yuktobanian Navy Su-33 Flanker D, and this one squadron here is the 279th Squadron. It's a really nice, really subtle skin, where you have, again, you sort of have your more, it's like a more like kind of like this tannish metallic sea blue gray mix, and you can actually see it's very faint, but it's you can really appreciate it once you get in close, how it's sort of like this fractal pattern of like darker and later hues. You also have the Yuktobanian Air Force markings on the top and bottom of the wings. Their squadron emblems there on the side of the intake. Look real quick. Nope, no intake. No information on the intake there. Just a squadron number on the other skin. Going back to this skin. You have the squadron. You have the aircraft number there on the nose. And you have Yuktobanian Navy in English there on the back. And you have your Yuktobanian Roundel there on the tail, as well as the Yuktobanian flag. And this is the number 1 aircraft of the skin. The number 2 aircraft changes out the aircraft number right there. And it's pretty much the same otherwise. So it's a really nice subtle skin. Moving on, we have the 124th Squadron. And this one uses similar colors. Has a bit more of the darker gray mixed in, a bit more of like the lighter gray mixed in. We still have some of that light bluish gray mixed in as well. And again, Balkan Air Force rondel markings there on the both sides of the wing, on the tail. The Yuktobanian, sorry, not the Belkan. You have the Yuktobanian emblem on the wings, on the top and bottom with their rondel, also on the wing, also on the rudder, and you also have their Yuktobanian flag on the tail as well. So, lots of really cool skins here. Also, this one here is indeed named. The pilot's name is there on the canopy cockpit, hiding underneath the shade because the sun's in the wrong direction. And it looks like he has some kill marks there. Let me do a bit of a sanity check here, using a little bit of trickery. Nope. This is the only skin in the pack of 4 aircraft that has their own kill mark. So let's get back. Hold on, there we go. So it's pretty cool. And then the number 2 of the 122nd has his own. He also has his own name and kill mark, so that's pretty cool. Also has his own aircraft number right there. Otherwise, the skin is identical, which makes sense. So between those 2 skin packs over there, by user Billy the Kid, you have 4 Yuktobanian sea flankers for your naval operations, which is pretty cool. It adds a lot of variety to your missions. We are now jumping over to Ustio, who has the 6th Air Division, 16th Air Force Unit Lynx, by user Billy the Kid. And this is a sort of a land-based version. This is a land-based Su-33 squadron. You have Ustio Air Force there in the back, Ustio rondels there on the both sides of the wing, as well as on the tail. And I really like this skin because the flight lead has a nice subtle touch with the that kind of like that sky blue tips of the rudders. Other than that, it's a really nice light gray, dark gray camo pattern, as well as also having his own special kill marks and I believe aircraft number. Also, he has a name written down there on the cockpit down below. And then you have a quote-unquote generic version of the skin. I want to see something. Real quick before I continue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Aha! So these numbers aren't actually unique. They're actually dynamic, which is also useful. So these are dynamic numbers, which are really cool. You also have the Air Force emblem there on the side of the engine on both aircraft. Rondels also underneath the cockpit. Again, rondels there on both sides of the wing for your base variant. You also have KG there written on the rudder for the aircraft over the airfield code. And you also have the Ustio flag up there as well. So lots of really cool details. You're not spammed with emblems and decals, but there's just enough to really make the aircraft shine, especially with this light gray paint scheme. Now we're going to a user that I don't think I've actually encountered before here on this show. And it's always cool to occasionally dig into the user files and find these really unique skins that are made by, like, not really 1 or 2 off, but like by users who don't normally post a whole lot. And this one is Rainbowlicious. And this is their Su-33 Flanker D Erusean Navy variant, VFA 35. So we're going from Yuktobania to Ustio to now Erusean. So this is VFA 95. I really love how, unlike a lot of the other flanker skins, this flanker has a black nose. I've always sort of liked the Russian aircraft whenever they have a pitch black nose. I think it really adds to like their character. But not only does the Su-33 flanker here have a black nose, the leading edge of the rudder, as well as the top of the rudder, has a black paint job as well. And there's also this really cool, I want to say it's a sea green, metallic sea green paint job that's sort of like base and flat and all around it, but between the black and that metallic sea green, it looks really cool. Plus, you have the little details of the orange Erusean rondel. They're on the fuselage, on the again on both sides of the wing, and also on the rudder. And also, I kind of love their emblem for their squadron of the seal. That's pretty funny, pretty cute, pretty funny. I like it. So I'll definitely be flying this on Naval Ops, just because it's a really unique skin, and you really don't see this coloration too much on flankers, but it really pops. Oh, you can even see the squadron number there down on the intakes. I really need to start looking at the intakes of these aircraft, because sometimes like you'll see like here, oh, this is a really high detailed version. For the Lynx aircraft, for Lynx from the previous squadron, it's on the intakes, so there's lots of detail on these aircraft, and that's amazing. So that is again Rainbowlicious with their VFA 95 squadron for the Erusean Air Force. Going over to another strange real country that I don't normally do a lot of videos on, Emmeria. So this Sumerian skin was done by user Billy the Kid, and this is the Republic of Emmeria Navy, 1st Air Division, VFA 17 Black Knights, and it's really awesome. He actually has 4 separate skins for 4 separate aircraft in the Black Knight Squadron, which is really cool. Flight lead here has blue along the around the canopy, which is really cool. It's like this deeper blue canopy, which matches up pretty nicely with the Emmerian emblem of, I guess that's their North Star. You have Navy on the side, which is pretty cool. Going over here to the back for the tail, some of the leading edges back here for the rudder, not the rudder, but elevators are also done up in that blue, as well as the whole tail assembly is done with blue with these really 2 cool golden stripes down the middle. So that really adds to the flashiness, but also sort of the classiness of this skin. Also, down below, I don't think any of the other aircraft have that, but the rear stabilizer of the Su-33 here has actually the aircraft carrier's name and the squadron number, which is pretty cool. Plus, you actually have the aircraft's tail number, which I believe is unique to this aircraft skin, up there, up top on the top of the rudder, as well also on the nose. And also you have the squadron emblem there in between the 2 golden bars, as well as the Emmerian rondo, which kind of fits nicely with that rudder color up there as well on the rudder. So lots of really good details here. Yeah, yep. Just doing a bit of a sanity check. Nope, this is the first skin that I've come across that actually has anything written on that rear stabilizer, which is a really cool detail. So Billy the Kid really did a good job here, packing in a lot of detail here on the tail end of the rudder for at least the flight lead. We'll see how the other ones go, but it looks like from a glance that they did something similar. Other than that, this skin is plain gray, but he's done so much other detail elsewhere, it's pretty good. Also, with a lot of unique one-off skins for like representing individual aircraft, this one has a name. This one has the pilot's name on the canopy bow, plus kill marks. And going over here, this is, I believe, number 2. Again, the writing is very similar. There's no, the tail is actually relatively plain with light gray and dark gray striping, and white tips of the tails, which are pretty cool. Again, you have the all the emblems and squadron markings are all the same across all of them, just now in either gray, or the emblems are done in the traditional rondo for the American Air Force. Also, unique port number here for number 2, and unique pilot name and kill marks. Same repeats here for number 3, unique tail number and aircraft and a pilot name, and the same goes for number 4 here, unique tail number and unique pilot name and kill marks. Now, moving on to the last skin of the day. This is also from Billy the Kid. This is the this is a skin from ISAF. This is the 829th Naval Air Squadron Harpoons. And this one is interesting because it actually shares a carrier with some Katabar aircraft. So that'd be interesting. That'd be very interesting to see if you can mix and match aircraft on a carrier and see if we can get these to take off from a Katabar carrier. I'll have to give that a shot. Flight lead here is interesting because unlike most other aircraft where the flight lead might get a camo pattern and the rest of the flight members get standard pattern, here the flight lead has a it's not necessarily a monotone. You can actually see a lot of sort of like fading and stuff like that in the actual gray skin here, but it's very much a flat middle gray skin, so it's not too dark, not too light. It's a nice like mid gray skin. ISAF markings are all here, and they're all in sort of that stenciled white, which is pretty cool. Also, I like the 3 stripes there on the ISAF Rondel. It's very interesting to see those, because those are usually U.S. Navy stripes that they put on a certain aircraft. It's really cool to see them on a sea flanker like here. Squadron Emblem is on the intake down below. This is UFS Port Edwards, 829nd Naval Air Squadron. So again, this is very, I do believe this aircraft shares an aircraft carrier with some other aircraft, so we're going to have to get together a carrier aircraft wing video one day, just to showcase all the aircraft for that one carrier wing. Other than that, dark stenciling for ISAF down below, light stenciling up above. Tail has, I believe that's North Point's flag up there. You also have PE. I believe those on aircraft carrier aircraft are also like their identifier for their land base, maybe. Not 100% certain. I'll have to look into that. You have the ISAF logo there and an arrow, which is pretty cool. And you also have the squadron name up top for Harpoons. Now, going over to the quote-unquote the standard issue skin. Oh, before I forget, the ace here for the Harpoon Squadron has his own kill marks, and he also has kill marks for looks like some ships. Looks like a destroyer and a frigate. So that's pretty cool. Looks like he got quite a few Erusean AV-8B Harriers, probably from the Rainy Wolf Squadron. F-15C, that might be from Anchorhead Devils, and F-16C Erusean Squadron, that would be Bull Tigers. Mirage 2000C, that might be Bulldog Top Hatters. No idea what the A-10C Erusean Squadron is. That might be a generic A-10C. So it's fun to see the kill marks that are done by different aircraft. I might have to recreate that as a mission in DCS. So anyways, getting back to focusing over here on this aircraft, as the generic aircraft, no kill marks. No kill marks are pilot names, but you actually have the ISAF Rondel here in colored variant, where you have it's the blue ISAF Rondel with the white trait markings. You also have sort of your quote-unquote traditional Russian camouflage. I really like this pattern on Russian aircraft where it's this like mid-gray and this like light faded blue. And it's a really cool camo pattern, and it really matches up nicely with the gray tail, that assembly that you have here with the dark stenciling, as well as also then your bright blue ISAF Rondels. So this is a really cool skin. Both the with the ace or squadron leader and both the generic skin are both really cool here. And also I should mention the Squadron Emblem down below is also there as well on the intake. So it's a really cool squadron for DCS, and I'm looking forward now. Actually, this is really inspiring me to see if I can't try to get Su-33s to take off from a Nimitz class. So I'm going to go ahead and actually do that real quick after this video, see how that goes, and Until next time, this is Locko S signing out. Next video, I'll probably cover the Su-27 Flanker before I start going ahead and releasing videos bi-weekly. So keep in mind, moving forward from this video, I'll start releasing videos bi-weekly. I might release the Su-27 Flanker video next week. I might decide to release it the week after, so don't worry if you don't see any videos coming up soon. I'll get into more of this. I'll probably announce this later on. I'll probably announce this in my summer announcement video a couple weeks ago from a couple weeks past from this video will have been announced. But basically, in order to keep up with the content stream that is coming out from other games, plus the fact that I want to conserve strength and time and resources to hit up DCS when things start hitting going wild, I'm going to slightly pull back on these videos. Still want to do them. It'll be in every other week occurrence. And then maybe if time permits and I can get time off from work that I'm not using for vacation, I might do a blitz where I might release a full month of just nothing but back-to-back content before going back to an every other week video schedule. So keep an eye out for more videos. Hopefully that'll also buy more time. I should have mentioned that should also hopefully buy more time for the content creators to actually make more skins. I'm quite sure by the time the Su-33 drops, they might be hopefully fully busy working on a slew of F-15E skins, and I'll probably cover those when they come out, and hopefully also F-5E skins. So enough of a post ramble for a wrap up. This will be Locko S heading out, and I'll see you all probably in a week or two. So until then, have fun flying.